So, did Israel just seize the bank accounts of the Greek Orthodox Jerusalem Patriarchate? Sure seems that way. We're about to take a look at that situation and why. Coming up next. So let me go ahead and share my screen and show you what is going on here. We have orthochristian.com, an Eastern Orthodox website that goes over Eastern Orthodox news, is touching on this situation as of today. They just posted Jerusalem freezes Greek Orthodox Patriarchate's bank accounts and tax dispute. So let's take a look at what is going on here. Here's a photo inside the Holy Sepulchre, actually right next to the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, where the Patriarch of Jerusalem celebrates liturgy. Had a chance to go there last year and get to see it firsthand. The Jerusalem municipality has frozen all bank accounts belonging to the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate in Jerusalem over unpaid property taxes, leaving the religious institution unable to pay salaries to clergy, teachers, and staff. So it's already having an impact on the clergy and teachers in Jerusalem. The freeze implemented on Wednesday, August 6th, stems from a long-running dispute over which church properties are exempt from municipal taxes. So this has been a dispute that's been going on between the authorities and the Patriarchate for some time. According to the municipality, the action was taken because the Patriarchate failed to settle its property tax debts for assets not used as houses of worship. They're basically saying has to be a house of worship or for the purpose of worship somehow. And some of these properties they're arguing don't meet that qualification. And they allegedly ignored repeated letters demanding payment. And this is according to the Times of Israel. This was done despite efforts at dialogue and engagement with them. And in light of their ignoring letters from the municipality demanding payment, the Jerusalem municipality said in a statement, adding that it acted in accordance with the law and its responsibility to take steps when debtors fail to settle their obligations. So they're just saying, hey, we're just doing our job. This is the law. We've tried negotiating, and we're just doing what we're supposed to do. However, the Patriarchate, led by his Beatitude, Patriarch Theophilus III, disputes this characterization. Through the group Protecting the Holy Land Christians, the Patriarchate suggested that dialogue was ongoing and that the municipality acted despite reassurances that no unilateral measures would be implemented. So they were reassured this would not happen because they have an ongoing dialogue and dispute still taking place about these properties. As religious bodies, the churches fulfill vital roles by maintaining educational, welfare, and charitable institutions that serve the local population, whether Christian or not, the Patriarchate statement read. Because of this, historically, the churches have never paid municipal or governmental taxes for church properties, whether during the period of the Muslim Ottoman Empire or the secular British Empire, the Jordanian period, or even for partly Israeli rule. The current dispute dates back to 2018. So this is a recent thing where they started to tax the Jerusalem Patriarchate on these properties. When Jerusalem decided that tax exemptions for churches applied only to properties used for prayer, for the teaching of religion, or for needs arising from that. And they're excluding commercial activities like serving pilgrims, such as guest houses. I don't know, that seems to fit with the needs arising from that, doesn't it? Needs arising for prayer. That seems to fit, but okay. And coffee shops. The city began seeking to collect tens of millions of shekels in back taxes. So not just kind of moving forward taxes, but tens of millions of shekels in back taxes. That year, then mayor Nir Barkat froze church bank assets and bank accounts, prompting religious authorities to shut down the Church of the Holy Sepulchre for 3 days, which I don't know if that was the right response because that just punishes the pilgrims. But I am sure it also impacts the economy of Jerusalem and Israel. The municipality backed down only after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu intervened. So he evidently intervened, and so they backed down. But now the dispute is back on. The Jerusalem Patriarchate reports it's now unable to pay salaries to its clergy, teachers, and staff due to the account freeze. Because, I mean, it's frozen. They don't have access to those funds. And so how are they going to pay people now? Other churches face similar disputes, with a court brought by the Jerusalem municipality against the Armenian Patriarch scheduled for September. You see, the Armenian Patriarchate, which is Oriental Orthodox, not Eastern Orthodox, is literally right next to the Eastern Orthodox Jerusalem Patriarchate. The Armenian Orthodox have their own Jerusalem Patriarchate right next door, sharing parts of the Holy Sepulchre with them. They too have a dispute with Israel on this, and that's scheduled for September. So more than just the Eastern Orthodox are being impacted. Now, timing is interesting because if you scroll down, they point you to another article. You remember me covering this, right? With Cardinal Pizzaballa. And there he is, the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate. And here's the Armenian Orthodox Patriarchate. And what are they doing? They're protesting Israel's actions against Palestinians. So somewhat unrelated, in July, and they have been protesting Israel's actions against Palestinians since. Palestinian Christians and Palestinian Muslims, Palestinian holy sites. They were protesting some of the actions of Israel, especially in the West Bank at the time of this article. We covered that in a previous video, but though unrelated story, one wonders if they're actually related. One wonders if, despite reassurances that this wouldn't happen, if the Patriarchate's vocal criticisms of Israel and the Israeli military and the war in Gaza is maybe somehow related to this. We don't know. It's entirely speculative. I mean, we don't know. Israel hasn't come out and said, yeah, they're related. But one wonders due to the timing. It's truly sad. That's what we have so far. We'll see how it pans out. Hopefully they'll be able to gain access to their assets to be able to pay priests, teachers, staff members, because of course they shouldn't suffer for this dispute, right? So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated. And hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you appreciate the content of this channel and you want to see more videos keeping you informed on topics like these. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.